This is the very last of a very small bottle of Beaujolais. I find I like Beaujolais. And I find it's very difficult to find good Beaujolais in Japan. They're good at some things, but they're not good at wine. And they're not good at cheese. So it's actually imported, mostly. You can buy Yellowtail over here too, but anything that those damn screw tops are just no good. Does anyone understand what I'm dealing with here? So my last week before going back to work. And work in my situation is very particular because it involves me going to 3 different schools where all of my colleagues and supervisors do not speak my language, except for a few people, maybe 1 or 2 in each of these schools, and they're not always available. They are just normal teachers like everyone else, and so are busy most of the time. And it's very bittersweet going back. I have 7 more months. Oh, Lord have mercy. You know, when I signed the contract, I figured, I had only 7 months under my belt to that point, because I came in about this time last year, and I started because the person I replaced got pregnant unexpectedly, and so they had to find me in amidst this long summer break that I just spent. And normally they do contracts for a year, but because I came in to cover for someone that terminated their contract prematurely, my contract was on a special basis of only 7 months. And at the end of the 7 months, it just didn't seem like a long enough time. I could be really done with just another 4 to 6 months, and be happy with it. Kind of like what I've just done. And I would be totally satisfied to leave Japan and go back home. But I have 7 months left. 7 months. 7! September, October, November, December, January, February, and all of March. Oh, Lord. So why? Why do I do this? Well, one, there is a feeling of integrity. You know what I'm saying? There's a feeling like I have to stay here. And a feeling that I made a promise when I signed the contract, and that's the end of it. I was fully aware of the situation. Unlike the contract I just signed the other day, the schmuck came to my door. Never signed a contract that comes to your doorstep, You stoop. Forgive the language, or lack thereof. Oh, look, I can go off camera and you can still hear me. The joys of a headset. If you're in America, you're familiar with PBS. If you're in Britain, you're familiar with BBC. These public broadcasting services. Well, Japan has one too, and they sucker you into paying for it by law. So it's a public service thing, yet you must pay for it by law. And it's freaking expensive. It's like $50 a month. It's driving me nuts. And they say, here, I'll read it to you. The Broadcast Law of Japan, 1950, applies to all residents of Japan, regardless of nationality. NHK, PBS, BBC, NHK. NHK is established under this law as a public broadcaster operated on the basis of receiving fees levied fairly on all viewers. Indeed it is. Every owner of a television set is thereby required by law to enter into broadcast receiving contract. Into a broadcast receiving contract with NHK and pay the appropriate receiving fee. Now, I don't speak Japanese, as you know, and so my TV that is just off here to camera, you'll have to just believe me. Actually, well, have you ever seen my apartment? Actually, here, look. This is what I'll do. I'll show you the top here. No, I guess that doesn't. Sorry. Sometimes I can get an angle where you can actually see the whole ceiling. But anyways, dun da da. That's actually the background here. There's where I sleep. This over here is my kanji cards, flashcards. Behind it is a bunch of mess, and it's a pen sticking straight up in the air. It's my sketchbook, and actually that whole box is where I have a rollout piano. That's where I sleep. There's the TV that they're charging me $50 a month that I don't watch, and then my little books. There you can see a ladder that actually goes up, yay, into a loft area. That's where I sleep in the winter, but it's too hot in the summer. And back down there is, look at that garbage. I'm cleaning, so never mind that. Garbage over here is really a pain in the ass because you have to separate garbage. Not just recyclables, but the different kinds of non-recyclables into combustibles and non-combustibles and so on. And plastics and bottled plastics and wrapper plastics separate from bottled plastics. And container plastics are not to be in the bag plastics, and they're in another container. And anything of a carton, like a milk carton, has to be washed and cut in so it can lay flat. And it's annoying. Why did I tell you all this? Why did I show you my bedroom just now? My bedroom. I call it my bedroom. It's my apartment. This is where I live. Oh, the TV. Right. I don't ever watch it. So I'm gonna see if I can call up my landlord and just have them take it out, because I'm here in a Leo Palace, it's called. It's kind of like a chain for apartments, and so there's kind of, you know, you can call them up and tell them, I don't know if I can get rid of the TV and stop paying it, but apparently a lot of people just don't pay this thing. They just dodge payments, but they have started to go after people legally. In Tokyo, there were 2 people that had some, you know, $1,000, $1,500, something like that, and they crumbled and paid. In my situation, I would probably be safe, but I would still be avoiding the situation. For a long time, it was a law, you must legally pay it, but there was no penalty for not paying it. Figure that one out. But now apparently there is, and they are taking people to court, because I don't know. It's just weird and whacked out. So yes, how are you guys? Oh goodness. Okay, so cheers to all of you. I'm thinking fondly of you all. Thank you all for your comments thus far. You're all lovely people. And I hope to keep you updated. I actually might start a different channel for these kinds of videos, because I know most of you don't really give a damn. So for those people who do, in the strange way that you people seem to care, some of you seem to care, I might make another video or another channel to upload these kinds of videos and show them that way, rather than fill stuff up here. And did you catch all that? I hope you did. Take care, guys. Ciao. Love ya. Goodbye. No, I didn't hit stop. Stop.